Hello, CTEC 134 students. This is a continuation of the video series that deals with querying the database. In this week's assignment, the queries required that we learn how to use calculations and aggregate totals and grouping, and it also requires that we know how to use wildcards in our search criteria, and also how to nest queries, or they're called subqueries. I've already covered the calculations and the grouping in the prior videos, so this one is going to focus on just wildcards and nesting. So I've already got SQL Server running. I've got my sample query open. We've already talked about calculations and grouping, and we're going to look at now wildcards. In this example, we need to find all service requests with the word pantry anywhere in the description field. And we probably should look at the data first in the service request table. Here's the service request table. And we need to find all the service requests. So we probably want service ID. And we want to find where the description, this description has the word pantry somewhere in it. So if we said select service ID, and description, we'll do from TBL service request. And just run that just to see what the data looks like. We'll make this column wider. And we're looking for somewhere here in the word pantry. I see the word pantry. Here's the word pantry in record 5. And there may be another one in here. There might be another one in here well, I don't see it right now, but that's okay. We're going to construct a query to find that for us. And what we'll do is we'll just simply take this query, we'll duplicate it, Control C, Control V, and we'll put a where clause in here. Where description now, we know how to do where description equals and say quote and then type in some whatever, right? But in order for that to work, we would have to type the entire description exactly correctly in order to get a match. But what we want the database to do is we want it to search that entire string for a combination of characters. We want to see PANTRY somewhere in that entire string. So we're not going to use an equals in this case. What we're going to use is the word like. So whenever you search a string of characters, you don't use equals, you use the word like, and you put it in quotes. And then you use wildcard characters. The wildcard in SQL Server is a % sign. Usually the wildcard character in most applications is the asterisk. But for some reason in SQL Server, they use the % sign for the wildcard. And I'm going to type in pantry and then another wildcard and a quote. And what this says is this. The first wildcard says we don't care what the string starts with. That doesn't matter, nor do we care what it ends with. We just know that somewhere in that string, if we see the word pantry, that's what we want. It can start with pantry and it can end with pantry, or it can be somewhere in the middle. Here's my mistake. I have a semicolon here. And it looks like records, service IDs 1 and 5 both have the word pantry in it. If we left the wildcard off at the beginning, this says that the string has to begin with the word pantry, and we don't care what happens after it. If we start with a wildcard and then the word pantry, this says that the string has to end with pantry, P-A-N-T-R-Y. P-A-N-T-R-Y. It has to be at the end. But if we put the wildcard at both the in front and the end, it says anywhere in the string, that applies. So that's pretty straightforward. That's pretty easy to understand. We're going to move on now to nesting queries. Look at this one. List all location and unit numbers with the condo fee higher than the average condo fee. The data is going to be in the condo unit table because there's our condo fee. It says here that we have to list all the locations and the unit numbers where the condo fee is higher than the average condo fee. What is the average condo fee? Well, I don't know. We can figure that out with an aggregate total. But what we have to do here is actually we have to embed a select statement within another statement. I think the best way to demonstrate this to you is this way. We want to first find out what is the average condo fee, because that is the criteria for the first part of the query. The first part of the query says that the condo fee has to be greater than this calculation. So I would recommend that whenever you have a nested query, that you build the subquery first and run it by itself to see what it produces. And here's the subquery. Select the average condo fee from TVL condo unit. Okay, I have it in my comment section, but if we highlight just that, we should be able to do this. Okay, so this select statement tells me that the average condo fee is $426. And so what I want my query to do is select records that are above $426, that are greater than $426.78. So we're going to select the main query now, and then we're going to embed that subquery inside of it. So if we say select location num and the unit num and the condo fee from TVL condo unit, and then a where condition. And it would be, it's where the condo fee is greater than the average. And we know the average is 426. And one thing I don't want you to do is type in 426 and run this. It's actually $426.87, I believe. And of course, you could run this, and it would produce the correct results. But that isn't the proper solution, because the database, the data in the database changes dynamically. It changes maybe depending on the application. It may change from minute to minute or hour to hour, day to day, or whatever. And we may have several people wanting to know this particular solution. So we don't know from any given point that it's $426.87. So what we do here is that we substitute that literal value, 426, with this query here, the one that actually calculates that fee. So I'm going to copy it. And we have to put this one in parentheses. Okay, so here's our subquery, and it has to be in parentheses. And we get the same results as when we typed in the literal value here. But this one works in every circumstance. As the data changes, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This will always produce the correct results. One thing that we see here is that the location num is all 1, and that's a little suspect. The location num's all 1. That doesn't seem right, does it? Well, the fact is it is right. If you listed all the data for location 1 and 2, you'll see that there are no condo fees in location 2 that are above the average of $426. So this is correct, and this is how you do a nested subquery. So that ends the lecture series for this week's work, and we'll shut this down, and good luck on your homework assignment for this week.